Hello, this is going to be my impression on the Vite Ramen that I had, which was given to me graciously by Vite Ramen themselves. I will say it's a lot more different than I thought it would be. And just for reference, the pictures that you will be seeing are the garlic pork tonkatsu, which is what I had. I still have the vegan white miso, which I will try at a later time. So if you're curious about the differences between the two, I'll definitely let you know. But normally, whenever I eat ramen, I'm usually eating Korean and Japanese style ramens. So it's really interesting to me to actually have a sort of like soba-like noodles in the ramen. I'm not sure if that was a stylistic choice or what, but I actually kind of liked it. Even though it's not really the norm that I've seen whenever I eat ramen, it actually was a lot chewier, a little bit, what's the word? Kind of more flavorful almost than most noodles that you get when they're just plain by themselves. Um, the broth itself is actually really light in flavor. You can definitely taste the pork and the tonkatsu flavoring, but if you're like me and you eat a lot of Korean and Japanese style ramens, that it's not gonna have a lot of flavoring in other than that pork and tonkatsu. So if you're need to add some extras, some recommendations I would recommend is actually salt, of course. You don't even have to put salt in. You could also make like a really nice pork and cook that up and then add it into bunches after you have finished cooking. Uh, unless you're gonna reheat it, in which case you could heat it up with the ramen after you've cooked the noodles and you can put it in there along with the seasonings. But I would also use like a pork that's a little bit lean and a little bit chewier with a lot of fat on it because that is going to give more flavor. And if you season it very well, it should season out the broth really well as well. So that way you won't have to worry about adding too much salt if you're looking to keep the salt content down a little bit more. I also recommend if you ever eat udon, they always have these MSG packages. I don't know what you call it really, but it's actually a really good way to flavor the broth as well, and it doesn't really overpower the tonkotsu too much. Other than that, though, um, definitely you want to try to add some extra ingredients to it, but even just the bare bones of it isn't actually too bad. They give you quite a good amount of vegetables in it, and the noodles are quite filling. It's a lot, actually a really large amount of noodles that they give you. Normally when I eat nongshim or the Nissin ramens. They're a little bit smaller unless you get the bigger packages. So if you're like me and you don't like to eat a lot, you might actually have too much ramen. So do be aware of that when you guys are eating them. Other than that though, I actually was quite surprised. It was very authentic. It's a little bit lighter in flavor than most Japanese stuff. But otherwise, I actually quite enjoyed eating that ramen. Definitely do recommend though, doing those previous steps will definitely enhance the flavoring for it. Yeah, I think it's a bit more of a bare bones kind of product. So if you're trying to eat healthy, it's actually a great way to eat ramen healthier. But that's just my personal opinion. Definitely recommend you guys trying it when you have the chance. And I will continue making horrible videos like this. So yeah, thanks for checking it out. Peace. Say bye, Miku.